Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you all. It's been a while since I've uploaded. Actually, it's been about a month since my last upload, and it's actually been over 2 months since I shot footage for this channel. Because, well, just basically because I've had stuff to do and things to think about. I took a family vacation. I've been growing my hair. I shot 3 videos on a family vacation just for the family. And I had some time to think about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And maybe this will be a chance for you guys to share with you guys some thoughts about why you shoot whatever it is you shoot and why you shoot it. Right now I'm here in Harriman State Park in Rockland County, New York. And actually the trail I'm along here is actually part of the Appalachian Trail, which I'm sure you've heard of, that goes actually from upstate New York all the way down, to, I guess, through the Appalachian Mountains, Kentucky and thereabouts. The composition I'm shooting is right behind me. It's simple and minimalistic. Basically, you have this big boulder with a big crack down the middle, and growing up from the top of it is this tree. It's the kind of thing that I'm kind of drawn to. It's got linear aspects to it. It's got nice shapes. You got some moss growing on the rocks. You got backlit foliage. I mean, even though it's getting almost close to midday and the sun is kind of high, that kind of works favorably for the lighting on this tree. So I'm going to walk you through my settings, and while I'm doing that, or maybe even after I take the shot, I want to talk a little bit about the kind of things I like to shoot and why I shoot it, and maybe give you all some a chance to think about what it is that you like to shoot and why you shoot. Alright, so I've got my camera. I've already taken the first shot because the light's been changing very rapidly now that it's almost midday. I'm going to pop up what I saw when I first set the shot up, and then I'm going to change my settings significantly for the second set of exposures. And I say set because I'm doing a bracketed exposure, 5 bracketed images, because there's quite a bit of contrast. There certainly was more contrast earlier than there is right now, but still quite a bit. So right now I have f/1/10 of a second, f8, and ISO 200. I'm going to take this right now, and 2 second timer. Actually, I said 10-second timer, so. Okay, I'm gonna do that again, and you'll see the final image, whatever it was that I shot, right after this, and then we'll talk. So because of the scene's extreme dynamic range, I wound up using the darkest of the 5 exposures that I took, which was tube stops below the base exposure, and basically just brought up the shadows in post and controlled the highlights and did some other selective dodging and burning to wind up with the final result. So let's talk a little bit about this scene that I just shot and why I shot it. Why did I pick in this huge park? Granted that woodland is often about finding the order and the chaos, and this seemed to be a very orderly scene, admittedly, but it's one that I tend to be kind of drawn to anyway. I mean, I like intimate scenes even when grand vistas are available to me. During my time off from the channel, I mentioned I took a family trip with my wife and my grandson and my daughter to Virginia, and while I had some downtime one time in the hotel room, I was playing around with the R5, still trying to work out some of the settings, and wound up shooting a series of still lifes in the bedroom. One of which my final composition is, I'm going to pop it up right now, is one that I actually wound up framing and putting it, hanging up in the apartment. It's right next to the entrance to my kitchen. It's a coffee cup with a spoon and a lamp on a table in the corner. It's monochrome, square format, things that I don't normally do. And I really took that shot as practice, but I liked it so much after I finished, after I worked it, and I did, obviously do quite a bit of processing on it, that it's one that I'm going to keep, and hopefully for quite a while. There are guys on YouTube who I follow a lot, and I follow them because they give me things to think about. People like Hugh Blackstone from 3 Blind Men and an Elephant, and Ted Forbes from Art of Photography, and Alister Benn from Expressive Photography. And I mean, a lot of them, they talk about not so much the technical aspects of photography, but really the art, the thought process that you as an artist or I as an artist, take when we go out to the field and shoot whatever it is that we like to shoot, whether it be street or products or architecture or landscape or macro or whatever it is. you know, we all like different things and we all like them for different reasons. And the thing is that to try to find a genre and an approach that speaks to you, not necessarily everybody else, because, you know, I mean, it's nothing against Instagram, but I know the kind of stuff that I tend to shoot doesn't get a lot of likes, so it's not necessarily all bright and flashy and highly chromatic. When I was in Acadia National Park in Maine a couple of years ago for fall foliage, I mean, I got one really dramatic seascape image, which I like a lot. I'll pop it up right now. But another image that I got from the same trip was of a very intimate scene along the trail, just some mossy boulders and some trees growing out of it. You know, what is it about that? I mean, why do I often use a 70-200 lens for landscapes because it allows me to pick out details. I guess I just like details. Maybe it's because of the fact that I'm nearsighted and tend to look at things close up anyway. You know, but it's, you know, it's not always about grand vistas. And I've got nothing against grand vistas because I've been to the Grand Canyon and you can't go to the Grand Canyon without taking a picture of a grand vista. You know, but it's the kind of thing that I do tend to like intimate scenes and get drawn to them. And just as the flies are drawn to me, I guess, because I didn't put on any bug spray. You know, but, you know, I'd like you guys to think about what it is that you like to shoot, and have you even thought about what draws you as an artist to a particular scene or to a particular genre or to a particular composition, and what do you do to try to either, you know, to maximize this, or do you ever find yourself forcing yourself to take shots that you think are going to get a lot of likes? And personally, if I think you're just chasing likes, you know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with chasing likes, but I don't think it's going to build you as an artist. I don't think it's certainly build me as an artist. So I look to basically shoot what I like. I like to shoot what's fun. In fact, I just saw a video about the very subject. That video, that I'll put a link to that up here. That how photography should be fun. You know, so shoot what you like. You know, I mean, if you can make money at it, that's even better. You shoot what you like and make money at it, but definitely shoot what you like. You know, you'll live longer, and I think feel better as a person and grow as a person. So if you have any comments along those lines, you know, please drop them below, and YouTube will, you know, see those comments hopefully, and you know, and deduce that my content is interesting to people like yourselves, and we'll share, and we'll then, you know, get it in front of other people who are also similarly minded. And if you're not already subscribed, I hope you do subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you know that the next time I upload, which hopefully will not be like in a month from now, since I did take a big gap between the last video and this one. You know, and we'll go from there. I mean, I'm still on my journey towards becoming the type of photographer that I think I can be, and I hope that as I share my experiences and my processes and thoughts with you, that it will help some of you along those lines towards your own personal journeys. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can find another composition, if not right around here, maybe another part of the park. It's now just after 12 o'clock. So probably the light will be a bit different later in the day, and there may be possibilities at another part of the park which I've shot at before. So I'm going to go over there and see what we see. Well, that was interesting. We just had a black bear sighting. A young cub was foraging in the hills just above me, which is, I'm standing in the parking lot, and there's a road right up there, and just beyond the hill, the road, there's a hill, and that's where the bear was. I got a little bit of footage of it just before the rangers showed up and basically told me to get the fuck away because, you know, where baby bear is, mama bear is not too far behind. And the ranger shot the bear with a paint gun, basically to identify it, not to hurt it or anything like that. But they're also on the lookout for where mama bear is, because the one thing they don't want is bears foraging around the picnic area, because again, like I said, this is the parking lot, picnic area, and we don't want bears anywhere around here. So I'm letting them do their job. Meanwhile, I'm going to go off now, having rested a little bit, to go find another spot to film. Okay, I'm back. I think I found one more composition, which I'm going to show you in a second. It's actually right behind the camera, and I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what I'm looking at. Basically, we have this brook. I'm in a different part of the park. This brook with a little cascade over here, but I'm not really shooting the cascade. What I want to shoot is this pool that has these reflections over here. There's interesting reflections for the sky and the foliage, and also underneath there, the sun is lighting up the stones that are underneath the reflections. So I'm going to try some long exposures and some exposure blending and see what I can do here. This is again another instance of the theme that I'm doing for this day is intimate woodland. So let me go to my regular camera, get that finished set up, and I'll show you what I'm looking at. All right, I hope you can see what I'm shooting at here. I have on my lens, which is at about 55 millimeters, a polarizing filter and also a 6-stop graduated, not a graduated, 6-stop ND filter. And what I'm going to do is shoot a 3 exposure bracket, and hopefully this will work to get to what I'm looking at. First thing I'm going to do is take some images with the filter, the polarizer turned in this direction. Then I'm going to rotate it so the polarizer turned in this direction. You can see that it has dramatically different effects on the rocks, both above the water and below the water, and as well as the reflections. So I'm probably going to have to change my exposure, because right now this exposure is set for f13, 25 seconds. I might boost that up to 30 seconds just to make sure I get the rocks properly exposed. And I'm going to take that right now with my 2-second exposure, 2-second timer. Then I'm going to rotate the filter and see what I get for the reflections, and combine whatever I can in Photoshop. This is going to take a while, so I'm not going to bore you with actually showing the whole exposures, but you'll see the final result right after this. I don't know if this composition is going to work or not. By now you've already seen it. You can let me know what you think. In fact, I probably will have taken a couple of different versions of this image, and you can let me know which ones you like or which ones you don't like, or if you hate all of them or you love all of them. You know, feedback is good regardless. I'm going to learn for the future reference in any case. The lighting in this, well, the whole day really, the lighting in this location particularly, but the whole day it's been a little bit tough, because woodland photography, in my experience anyway, is best in kind of like muted light, you know. But it was cloudy when I came out, but by the time I really started shooting, the sun had come out, and right now I've got blue skies. So I was going to be challenged with dynamic range in any case. On the plus side, there's no bears on this side of the park, at least not that I've seen. So again, you know, give me a subscription if you're not already subscribed. Give me a comment, share with your friends. I appreciate any feedback, and hopefully your comments will get this video shown to other people of similar minds. So until next time, bye for now.